So we are in step 21.5, which is all about formatting slide transitions. Slide transitions are settings that control how a slide is introduced as you move from one slide to another in slide view. For example, you can format the slide transition so the current slide fades to black before the next slide is displayed. So let's go ahead and get started. You should be in your dogs 2-step. And we will save this file as dogs3. Okay, so we primarily will live on our transition slide for this step. So in the transition slide group, find your push button and click on, let's go to slide 3 first, I'm sorry. Click on slide 3, go back to transition, and click your push button. And notice you were able to see a live preview of the transition from this slide. Let's click on the next one, which is wipe. So you're able to see the wipe effect. Now, move down and click on your more button, which is the down pointing arrow, and notice you have more options. Now, the options are organized by 3 categories. You have subtle, exciting, and dynamic content. Under exciting in the second row, click the switch option. And notice you have a live preview of the 2 slides switching. Now, note that now that we clicked on the second option, under more, our all of the buttons from that option, that second option, are now visible on our ribbon. So let's see, in the transition to this slide, click on cube. And then let's move over to our effects option, drop down, and this time we want to say cube from the left. And notice it maintains the cube transition, but it turns from the left side. Now, in the timing group, let's look at our duration. So you can set the duration, which specifies the length of a transition. So let's change our settings to 2. And click on your preview button, which is here, to preview. And notice the transition is now slower because we put it on 2 seconds. At first it was on 1.25 seconds, and now it's on 2 seconds. So in the timing group, it was only applied to the one slide. In order to apply the transition to all the slides, select the Apply to All button. And now the transition will set to all of your slides in your presentation. Click on slide 4. And in the timing group, click on your sound list arrow and scroll down and find drum roll. That's explosion. My mouse has a delayed reaction. It's skipping. But there we go. So because you did not apply the drum roll, the sound will occur only on that one slide. And then in the timing group, you have on mouse click, which means that you have to actually click in order for the transition to work. So uncheck this box and check the after box and set your timer for 5 seconds. And then, let's go to our slideshow view. All right, so press escape to go back into normal view. Now, click on slide 1. And on the status bar, click on your slideshow view button. Click the mouse to move through the slides. Now, I did not click between the graph and the dog slide because I set it for 5 seconds. It actually transitioned on its own. All of the other slides I had to click, but the one transition that we set transitioned on its own. So let's go back to our normal view and save the changes. We basically lived on our transition tab. We looked at all the different options that we could use to transition our slides, and remember, you can apply to all, or you can only apply that transition to that one slide. You can add sound effects, you can change the duration, you can uncheck this box to say on mouse click, and you can also check this box to set the timer. Go ahead and save the step, and we will continue on in the next step.